All right, guys, we got a good one here. Idris Elba pushes back on the James Bond obsession and explains why it's not a goal for him. Let's check this out.
James Bond. There's been a lot of chatter, social...
Have they announced who the next one is yet? But they have not.
I don't believe they have. But
if it's not you, I don't want to see it.
Thanks, Drew.
It makes two of us.
That's the meme for the next 2,000 years. Thank you very much.
It makes two of us. But there's been a ton of chatter out there that the role was offered, not offered, you wanted it, didn't want it, there was a conversation, wasn't a conversation.
You know what? You can tell looking at Idris that he is kind of a little agitated about this James Bond thing, guys. I'm sure at first he was flattered about it. And I think he would make an excellent James Bond. I think he would make one of the best James Bonds, if I'm being honest. If you know Idris's work, then you know. If you don't, go watch some Idris Elba movies, man, and then come back. But he understands, I think, that, there's a lot that comes with that. He's thinking, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead. And the sad part is, I think I know what he's thinking about, because we get it all the time. Think about it. Think about when any black character has come out and played another character who wasn't traditionally that color, especially if you're talking about a black man or a black woman doing it. You get all this pushback, guys. People can be very vicious for no reason. And, now I'm one for always retaliation, especially if you weren't the aggressor and you were just trying to live peacefully and mind your business. But that's just what he's doing. I mean, even LeBron James, there's been stories where he come back from a vacation and, somebody wrote, the N-word all over, his fence, right? And this is LeBron James we're talking about. So you got to understand there's a lot that comes with certain things as a black man in society, even to this day, 2026. And I think that's what he's trying to convey in this video. And you'll see it, and some people will get it. Most people who are black should get it. So, let's find out.
What can you, if anything, say about
No,
James
let me
Bond?
throw the question out to you guys, all right? If you are of the agreement that you think that I should play it, can you ask yourselves why and really answer why you think I should play it? Tell me why.
That is a great question.
That's the best question. You want to go first?
For me, the great art of art itself is being this beautiful hybrid model that has utter cohesion. Can you be strong and charming and sexy and seem like a friend, be intimidating? How many characteristics can one person embody but be utterly unique at the same time? You are that.
That was extremely articulate, because she's a lot smarter than me. I was just gonna say because you're handsome and cool.
I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? Dude is a straight Riz magnet. I think we all know that. And she actually put that eloquently, man. I mean, eloquently, I'm sorry. Yeah, she did. I don't think anybody else is going to answer any better than she did, but we shall see.
In English. But do you think that there's a nostalgia, and be honest, there's a nostalgia to the idea, I shouldn't say nostalgia, there's an allure to the idea of me being the first black man to play that character?
I think
Is there an allure?
Yes.
For me, it's you.
Undoubtedly.
It's also, there's another characteristic that you don't embody, which for me is my number one, I gotta go characteristic, which is smug. I fucking hate smug more than anything in the world, and you don't carry that, and yet you have every confidence and capability in the world, but you're devoid of the one that alienates people, I feel, the most.
Being humble does go a long way, and I never saw Idris as a character or as a person who had that in him, right? Every time I saw him and then I hear people talk about him, dude is always humble and gracious and everything else in between. So yeah, man, that makes sense.
I like people who bring people in. I do not want to be pushed away and sit there and think I have to like this. Bring me in. You bring people in, and you're not desperate or pandering whatsoever.
Do you want to do it?
It is not a goal for my career.
Got it.
I don't think that, playing Bond will satisfy some of my personal goals. It will definitely satisfy the will of a nation. I'm not gonna lie. Every corner of the world I go, and I'm talking about different cultures, they always go, Bond. And I feel it is beyond me at this junction. It's beyond me, It's not a question of should I, do I, will I. It is what the will of the nation dictates sometimes. I'm not that guy, but in everyone's world, I might be. And that, job done. Because the truth is, a lot of people are really seeing Idris playing Bond as the alternative Bond. And as long as that alternative is existing, that's great for the growth of fucking casting. We open the conversations. And so for that reason, I'm sitting here and say, great, talk about me all day long, because it opens the blinkers that we all have.
Have you followed this story, and I want to ask you about this, with actors who are black and the whole idea of English black actors taking American roles? I was in a bar, I was at Chiltern, having a drink, and next to me, the actor who's playing Whitney Houston. She's English. I said, I hope you know, black women in America are gonna be like, English woman you're playing one of the most iconic African-American women ever. And it's a thing. What do you feel about that?
Even the way you framed it up of taking American roles, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy that
it's crazy that it's
But
like,
you know what I noticed? You said a black woman in America versus an English woman. Like, being English makes you less black.
Exactly, that's the issue.
Like,
That's the issue.
to me, that defines how unintelligent the whole argument is. No disrespect to anyone that has that feelings, it is what it is, but the fact is we're all black.
I mean, straight up, even though these British actors are crazy, I mean, as far as how good they are. I mean, I can name so many that I've seen, and I just couldn't believe that they were English when, you see some of these interviews and stuff pop up. I think another dude, I think his last name is Idris, the guy who played I forgot the show, man, Snowfall. Like, dude's so good, I would have never guessed that this guy was English, right? And there's so many more like that. Those dudes can act, man, period. And everybody from over there can act, black, white, whatever it is. They have skills.
Like, let's just be, you get a Scottish actor playing an Irish character or an English actor, you don't hear about the debate. But amongst ourselves, we want to point fingers because we come from a conditioning that makes people just make sure, where are you from and are you authentic from where you're from?
How black are you?
How black are you? And it comes down to the caste system. And it's annoying to me, really annoying. My grandfather fought the Second World War for this country, US, comes from Kansas City. I come to this country and someone's saying to me, you ain't American. I'm like, huh? How dare you?
Yeah, exactly.
But the truth is, what am I gonna bring that out as some sort of argument?
Well, the idea, it's a character. I mean, it's for anybody.
It's
really.
active.
It's active.
How do you feel
Cultural
about that?
appropriation, though, is definitely something that we should pay attention to. But in the acting profession, one should be allowed to play.
How long do you want to act, or to what age?
How long do I want to act for the rest of my life? I want to act for the rest of my life, but I also feel that there are other parts of my, palette that are going to amplify. Whether it's creative, whether it's writing, directing, music, whatever it is.
Yeah, you put a lot of these people in boxes. I mean, we all have, I think, fell victim to that, where we see an actor, actress doing their thing, and we're so used to them doing this or that thing, kind of similar a lot of times, that when they go off and do other things, you get surprised, sometimes even slightly offended that they're not doing the same thing that they've been doing for years, right? And everybody's human. I mean, I'm not just a father. I have other things that I like to do. I like making videos, right? I love video games, you know what I mean? I like reading. I like art, right? It's so many things that, a lot of us love to do. And sometimes, especially when people are out here in the limelight, as they are, they automatically get put in a box, right? It's it's a natural progression when you look at somebody doing something for so long. Same thing with like sitcoms and talk shows and stuff like that. You're almost shell shocked when you hear somebody, you know, who was a TV host or something go on to do something else, right? Or even actors going on to be directors. It's uncanny sometimes, but it's just them being them.
I feel like, you know, those parts of the tentacles in my career or my industry grow, no doubt.
I think also if you build towards other goals, you don't put all your stock in one thing. I think diversifying is really important, and not feeling like at one point I'll age out. What will be also future things that I would love to invest in, study, learn, prepare myself for, so that I have eggs in different baskets.
Yeah, man. I mean, a lot of people don't remember her. When I first saw her, it was a movie called Firestarter, which was an excellent movie. I think it came out in the 80s, early 80s, I want to say. I don't remember the year Firestarter came out, but that's when I first saw her. She was a little girl. And she did her thing in that movie, man. You know what I mean? And that's what she started. And now she went from that. And then I think she's a talk show host now. I don't know if she still has the show, but yeah, man, different hats. A lot of people wear different hats, and it's okay. And that's cool, right? Just kind of like when you see a favorite artist, like maybe take Andre 3000 for an example, right? A lot of people were so mad at him, or disappointed, shall I say, because he didn't want to do music anymore, because he basically said, look, man, I'm in my 40s. I'm almost 50, man. You know, I don't have anything else to say in regards. That was a different time in my life. And, you know, a lot of people looked at him kind of sideways behind that. And so you just have to let people be people sometimes. No matter how much you love them, you know, just cover the things that they did in the past and hold on to that if that is something that you really liked about them, right? And allow them to be who they need to be.
And they may have to all do with the same thing. It may be writing and directing, which seems very, you know, adjacent to an acting, or starting a league, which is adjacent to being a sports athlete. But I think it's so good to plan on bigger picture things rather than holding on so tight to something, because life is so ebbing and flowing and changing. It's not likely.
That's dope.
So what roles do interest you now at this stage in your career? Like, you got your next movie is Beast. Like, why did you take that one? And what roles do interest you now?
Well, we coming from a cycle where the theatre was done. You know, cinema is the heart of filmmaking. People go to the cinema to watch it. So we made Beast because we wanted to make a film that invited people to come and experience it on the silver screen. Also, there's a cultural relevance to it, you know. It's a black family being, you know, transported back to Africa and find themselves in the middle of a thriller. And that hasn't been seen before, so that's partly why I did it.
Yeah, and that's the end of the video, guys. And Kyrie was just chilling. He was just kicked back, you know, observing. He strikes me as somebody who's really observant and just kind of soaks everything in. And he kind of reminds me of me, like especially if I'm in a new room, I'm really quiet, reserved, and just because I'm that doesn't mean that I'm sitting here scanning every last stitch of the room, right, and just taking everything in. And, you know, I noticed that when I first finished this video. So, yeah, man, I want to thank everybody for watching the content. If you enjoyed it, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button, guys. I drop content every single day. Let's make this channel, you know, rise to the top, man. We're doing big things, man. So with that being said, I will see you all in the next video.